Let's talk business now with Mike Lee. He is the founder of Mike Lee Strategy. Good to have you back with us.
How are we doing?
You tell me, how are we doing? Because the market seemed to be a little bit jolted by the coronavirus now that there is a second case confirmed in the U.S. in Chicago. Are you concerned at all?
Zero.
Zero concern.
Zero. This is insane that we'd have a market sell-off related to this. I think what you mentioned before, the real news for the U.S., the economy, and the market is Boeing. Obviously, if there's 30 or 40 more of these cases confirmed over the next couple of days, then I'd start to have a little bit of concern, because then people will be afraid to travel, afraid to go out of their houses, and then you might see a real economic impact. But as of now, I mean, this is just noise. I just think the market was ready to sell off on almost any news.
Right.
Like, we're like 1.5% off absolute all-time highs. So
yeah, we've had this conversation that the markets are just looking for a reason to take some money off the table. But there are stocks with exposure to China. I mean, we've seen Wynn, Las Vegas Sands, they've taken a big hit over this, but you've also got stocks that could take a hit, for like Apple, for example, that rely quite a bit on consumer demand coming from China. Now, we do have a number of cities quarantined by the Beijing authorities. People aren't going out. This could actually start to impact consumer confidence, and then again, some of those companies that have a lot of their customers in China. What's your outlook there?
So you're quarantined cities with 25 million, which seem like a lot, but there's over 1 billion people in China. So I want to see more. I suspect that if we're hearing about that this is trouble in China now, it's probably a much bigger problem than we've been told. That's just the nature of communication with the Chinese. But I don't think consumer demand in China is going to have a big effect on the worldwide market.
All right.
And so I'm not buying this.
All right, not trying to push you into panic mode, not at all. But what about a buying opportunity? Because other people do tend to panic, and you see sales of surgical face masks go up, perhaps hand sanitizers, other equipment that may help in this outbreak if it does expand. Do you see any opportunities on that front?
Yeah, so there's a couple of good stocks for that. So there's one, Alpha Protec. They make the masks, and they're on the ground in China. And their stock was at $3 a couple weeks ago. It's at 6 and change right now. If this gets worse, that stock could take off. It's a great pure play into, again, just the masks that you'll see people wearing all over China to prevent disease. And then AstraZeneca, the World Health Organization makes this a crisis, and they elevate their level of concern. AstraZeneca is a great pure play. It's a great safe stock there, so that if nothing comes of this and you end up owning AstraZeneca, you own a high-quality international conglomerate versus just a pure play on,
all right,
people dying.